Stairway denied. Hey, what's up everybody out there in learning land? Tyler from TenthumbsPro.com coming at you with another lesson. Cool, so this lesson is long overdue, but we're doing it today. Better late than never. Stairway to Heaven, breaking it down on the ukulele with the tabs on the screen, lyrics, chords, play along, everything you need to learn this tune. If you want something to print out and follow along, tabs, lyrics, and everything, you can get a PDF with this lesson by becoming a Patreon, and that's PDFs with all of our lessons. It will accelerate your learning, and it's cheaper than a cheap cheeseburger. Tenthumbs t-shirts, let them know where you're learning up there in the notes too. Skype lessons one-on-one if you're interested in improving your playing. Contact me, tenthumbsproductions@gmail.com. Remember, new ukulele tutorials every single Wednesday and Saturday as well, so hit subscribe if you like this content and never miss a lesson. But if you came just because you love yourself some Jimmy Page, some Robert Plant, some John Bonham, all these guys, that's cool, I dig it and I respect it. Grab that ukulele. Brain and attention span. You got those three things? Follow me on in and let's break this lesson down together. Come on in. All right, so we're going to start with our chords. While there are going to be some chords in here as a beginner, if you are a beginner watching this that you've never seen, none of them are bar chords. So if you take your time and do this piece by piece, no matter what your level, you're really going to be able to learn it, okay? So our chords, we're going to need an A minor, which is the key we're in. We're in the key of A minor. A chord you probably haven't seen if you're a beginner called an E plus or an E augmented. Pointer finger on the first fret of the G string. Open, open, ring finger on the second fret. C major, ring finger on the third fret of the A string. D major, starting with your middle finger, ring finger, and pointer finger on the second fret of the G, C, E string, open A. It's your D major. F major, which is like our A minor, middle finger on the second fret of the G. We're going to put our pointer finger on the first fret of the E string, F major. We're also going to need a G major, pointer finger, second fret of the G string, middle finger, third fret. Ring finger, third fret of the E string, middle finger, second fret of the A string. Your G major chord. Perfect. So these are our chords. Why don't we go ahead and start with the intro? The intro is the theme that is kind of the backbone of the song. So let me play it for you once, then we're going to break it down. Okay, so this is a 16-bar pattern, and we're going to be working with eighth notes, 1 and 2 and. If you don't know how to count music, you should check this video up here, how to count it. It's going to be very helpful for this tutorial and your musicianship in general. Okay, so we're going to start off making A minor, and we're going to pluck with our thumb the G string and our middle finger the high A, 1. Then we're going to thumb the C string, E string with our pointer finger, and then A string with our middle finger. 1 and 2 and. Move to the E plus, pluck the G and the A string. But this time it'll be pointer finger on the E string, thumb on the C, and then ring on the A. So that pluck, E, C, A string is a pattern that we're going to see quite a bit actually. So we have first measure, C chord, and we're going to do the same pattern as our E plus, D chord, same pattern, F chord, same pattern, but we're going to hold an F and on the third beat play nothing, 1 and 2 and 3, and then the A, E, and C string. So for the F chord we get, make a G chord, down, and then an A minor, down, down. 1 and 2, 3 and 4 That little lick at the end, open A string, ring finger 3rd fret, slide to 5th fret, middle finger on the 4th fret. First 4 measures we get. All right, and then we're going to start right over again with the first 3 measures being exactly the same. Then the last measure, pretty similar, but we're going to go 1 and 2, 3, 4, and. Open A string, middle finger on the 2nd fret. All right, so those are the first 8 measures. The next 8, we're going to start with a C, and this time we're going to pluck and do that same kind of A minor pattern we did at the very beginning, where we go C, E, A string to a D. Now we're back into our familiar pattern, F. And then this A minor here is going to get a little interesting. Open G string, hammer on to the 2nd fret, then open E with your pointer finger, A with your middle, and then middle finger again to play the 2nd fret back to the C. So those 2 measures we get. Okay, I jumped ahead a little bit. We get the C, familiar pattern, G, familiar pattern. Then we're going to slide with our ring finger over to from the 3rd to the 2nd fret. Smash these 2 fingers on in a cramped little D, and we're going to go and 2, and then 4 and to turn it around as well. So those 4 measures we get. Next one, start out the same. The only difference is when we get to those last 2 bars, our C is going to follow that pattern that just goes up the strings. And then instead of going to G, we'll go to D, then A minor, F, F. So those are all the pieces to the intro. Let's put the tabs up and play through the whole intro together. Cool, you're doing great. If you got that, you're already going to impress a lot of people. What we're going to do is we're going to continue on and look at the first verse. The first verse is going to play through that whole part for the intro again, and then it's going to play through, well, the only difference is the very first time through on the first measure, you won't do this lick. And then at the very end, it's going to play that whole first 4 measures again, but it's going to add a little transition that looks like this. Okay, so this next piece I'm going to show you is the end of the verse. It goes into 16th time. If it's too tricky for you, you could always just play the bars 5 through 8 of our intro, okay? We're getting into 16th notes here, okay? So the timing can be pretty tricky. I recommend that you listen to the recording on YouTube, especially that way because you can hit the settings and slow it down to 75 or even 50% to really practice the timing. It'll sound something like this. Okay, And what we're doing is we're plucking the 2nd fret, and then we're going 1 and a 2, C and E string, 1 and a 2, and 3 E and a 4 E and a, all in 16ths. So you're just kind of double timing it to C. And notice it's gonna go 1 E and a 2 E and there's a little pause right there. 1 E and a 2 E and that pattern will repeat on the D. 1 E and a 2 E and F, 1 E and a 2 nothing, E and 3 nothing, and then that same pattern. 1 E and a 2 E and G A minor. Do your best with this. If it feels uncomfortable, then you could go back to just doing the finger picking. All right, so let's try to play it. All right, so why don't we go put the lyrics up for the verse and play through the whole first verse together, and we'll do that little ending piece together. All right, and then we're into the next little piece. This is an interlude that you're gonna see happen throughout the tune. We're gonna take it really slow, introduce some new chords. We're gonna play an A minor 7, but we're actually gonna play it open, open, 3, 0. So there's no E in it. So it's kind of like a power chord, power 7 chord. We're also gonna play a D suspended chord, which is going to be 2, 2, 3, open. We'll introduce the E minor as well. Open G string, 4, 3, 2. We're gonna play also a C chord with a D in the bass, but we're just gonna play open to open instead of the full C add 9, just this open to open. Why don't you go, I'm gonna go ahead and play through the 4-bar loop so you can hear how that sounds, and then we'll jump into it. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna introduce some 16th strummings. Anytime you have here 1 or an and, the numbers in the ands are downs, and in between are ups. So we're gonna go 1 and a 2, down, down, up, down over this chord. 1 and a 2. This is gonna help a lot if you can count this and take it slow, folks. 1 and a 2, 3 and. So on the offbeat, you're gonna strum all the open strings as an A minor 7. 1 and a 2, 3 and the sus chord, 4 and 1 and a D chord, 2 and 3 and a 4. So that second measure is going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and a 4. slower. 1 and 2 and 3 and a 4, open G string. So those first two measures. Okay. Now our second is going to be similar. We're going to start the same with the A minor 7, 1 and a 2, 3 and, same so far, but then we're going to go to a D minor, 4 and, 1 and, 2 and, that's C, D, O, 2, O, 3 and, 4 and. So the second part, really slow, we get 1 and a 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and boom. A little slower. 1 and a 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. That's gonna happen 2 times. So why don't we go ahead and play it together really, really slow one time. Then we'll play through it again with the lyrics up so you can see how it looks with the lyrics. Nice and slow. 1 and a 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and a 4 and 1 and a 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, and that's the interlude. Let's play it a little quicker and let's put the lyrics up. Okay, so there we go. We got that part. Pre-solo is pretty similar. Let me play it for you once and then we'll break it down. Okay, so we're gonna start off with a D suspended 2 and we're gonna give it a down up into a D sus4. The easiest way to do this is to fret your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the G and your ring finger on the 2nd fret of the C with your open E, open A. Because then you're able to just put your pinky down on the 3rd fret. 1 E and 2. All right, go ahead and just practice that. Down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down. Okay, so we're gonna do that 3 times. 1 E and 2, 3 E and 4, 1 E and 2, and then we get into the syncopation again. We're gonna go 2 and 3 and from a D sus4 to a D, 4 and to the C add 9, which is going to be open, pointer finger 2nd fret, open, ring finger 3rd fret, and 1 and 2. We go to a C9 sharp 11. This is about as dissonant or jazzy or tense or some would even say ugly of a chord as possible. Something like this is only going to work with context with other chords. And we're gonna get and 2 and a 3, and then you're gonna remove that finger again. So it goes a 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and a 3 and 4 and. I know that seems like a lot, so let's take it really, really slow. 1 E and 1 E and 2 and 3 E and 4 and 1 E and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and a 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and a 3 and 4 and. Practice it like that. Speak it out loud. Don't feel funny. That's really going to help to get your timing down. That's going to repeat itself the first 3 measures again. And then when you get to here on the 4th beat, you're going to go 2nd fret, open to a G chord, 1 E and 2. Sorry, there's no 16ths. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 E and. Cool, so why don't we go ahead and just count through this nice and slow together, and then we'll play it one more time up to speed. You're doing great. We're almost done with the song. After this, it's just strumming, I promise. 1 E and 2 and 3 E and 4 and 1 E and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and a 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and a 3 and 4 and 1 E and 2 and 3 E and 4 and 1 E and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and a 3 and 4, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 E and boom, into the guitar solo. So you notice I messed up bars 7 and 8. This is kind of how I practice, just a little window into what I do. I'll go and I'll focus on just that little piece. Like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and into the solo, okay? Here we go, a little closer to speed. And then we're in the solo, okay? The solo is simply going to be, if you're playing rhythm, over the A minor, down, 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 up, over an A minor, down, 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 up, over a C, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, over the F chord. Now this is a basic rhythm. If you want to get more closer to like what John Bonham is doing, I would recommend listening to it and kind of really feeling it and vibing with it. But this is going to be great for our version. So that's going to be, and that progression is going to happen 10 times. So let's go ahead and just play it together 10 times. I lost count, I don't know if that's 8 or 10, so one more time for good measure. Cool, and then we go into the outro, and the outro is going to be the same rhythm, but it's going to go A minor, G, and F. Now, you can use the same rhythm, and that would happen A minor, G, F. And that'll happen 9 times. There's an alternative strum pattern though that you can do that sounds closer to this. And I'm going down, down, mute, down, down, mute, down, down, up, down, down, down. Down, down, up, down, down, down. Down, down, mute, down, down, mute, down, 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 mute, down, down, mute, down, down, up, down, 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 mute, down, down, mute, down, down, up, down, down, down. And that last down, you can get a little mute in there if you want, and I do a little ghost up, down after that. That's just to give it a little extra pizzazz. These little ghost strums will help keep your rhythm and give it some movement. Down, down, mute, down, down, mute, oops. Down, down, mute, down, down, mute, down, down, up, down, down, mute, ghost. All right, that's where that's at. So that's gonna happen 9 times. So why don't we go ahead and do it 9 times together? Okay, almost done. We're at the very, very end. For the very, very end, we're going to return to our A minor, C, F, like our solo. And we're going to do it 3 times. And then you're going to get, and she's buying a stairway to heaven. And you'll finish on an A minor. Okay, so that A minor, C, F is instrumental. The lyrics have stopped. And you'll start to slow down. And she's buying a stairway to heaven. That part is pretty. And she's buying a stairway to heaven. Pretty high. You can sing like Robert Plant. More props to you. All right. Those are all the pieces. Why don't we try to put them together for a play along? Cool. Now the play along is going to be pretty choppy because I don't have all these pieces completely memorize the order of them, so I'm going to need to check my iPad. So I'm going to try to do some edit magic, so hopefully we can play through the whole song, but it's still going to feel, it'll still be in time, but every now and then you might see the screen jump a little bit. So let's take it from the top. start to slow down. And she's buying a stairway to heaven. Well, folks, that was the whole thing. I hope you could follow that play along. I would like to do a full play along just for this tune with drumming and backing track. If you want that, leave a comment below. Tenthumbspro.com. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll keep on rocking and rolling. And we will see you next Wednesday or next Saturday for a ukulele tutorial. Think about getting that t-shirt if you like this lesson. Printable tabs up there. They will help a lot. And until next time, rock and roll. Keep on loving life. Keep on loving yourself. Tenthumbspro.com. It's all good, friends. Cool, everybody. So that was it. Thank you so much for learning with us, Tenthumbs Productions. It was a long, sweaty, hot tutorial, but I'm happy that we could bring it to you. We got all kinds of other videos floating around with these end credits. Check out the ones that you dig, other Led Zeppelin tunes, other goodies. And until next time, keep on rocking and rolling, keep on loving life, and we're going to keep on doing the same. See you soon.